Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitch hiking Yeti here. And today, I don't know how exciting my video is going to be because it's going to be all about water. And sharing with you something that I have always been drawn to is staring at water. Do you like to just sit and look at water? It doesn't matter if I'm at a lake, I love watching the water. If I'm at the ocean, still, I love watching the waves roll in. If I'm on a cruise ship, one of my favorite things to do is sit on the balcony in a chair and just stare out into the abyss because there's no land in sight, but I can sit there and stare at that and it just mesmerizes me. And I've always been drawn to water ever since I was a kid. It's funny, I'm spending a little bit of time with my mother this weekend, hanging out with her. She's visiting, and she was talking about when I was like 1 year old or even an infant, how they would set me down here at King's Motel at Carolina Beach in front of the sliding glass door and face me toward the ocean. And I would just sit there and just love it. I mean, all ages, because they always brought me to the beach every single year, and we was always there and I was always around it. So I've always been drawn to it. So today we're just going to kind of cruise around town here. I want to show you some of my favorite places to maybe take a folding chair or a beach chair, if you will, or maybe not a chair at all. Maybe I just sat down in the sand, whatever. But I'm going to take you to some of my favorite spots today that I like to go just kind of water watch. So I don't know if that's going to be a whole lot of fun for some of you, but it's something I want to share with you because this is part of me. This is part of who I am. This is some of the stuff I like to do. Not super exciting probably, but it's something that brings me a lot of happiness. And I'm hoping that some of you guys who watch this video, maybe y'all like doing the same thing, and maybe that gives us something in common, which I think is pretty cool. So let's get started. All right, friends, here we are at my first location of one of my favorite spots on the beach. Now, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I do not come to this spot all that often because I'm not a paid guest and I'm not going to pay for parking to get right here. But this is a spot that means a lot, and I have came here in the past and went out here and sat on the beach and had a very special moment. And the reason for that I'm about to share with you is just to let you know where I'm at the Atlantic Towers here in Carolina Beach. And if you did not know, which you probably don't unless you've been watching this channel from the very beginning, this is where me and my wife got married so many years ago. Time flies. It just seems like it was a few years ago, but all in all, it was 9 years ago, and we're working toward our 10th anniversary. So at the time of this recording, so that's pretty impressive. But believe it or not, we got married about right here where this umbrella is. Right in that vicinity is where we took the vows to get married and say I do and the whole shebang. And the cool thing about it is we did it in the morning time because it was in July and it was hot. And I was like, well, let's just do a sunrise service for our wedding. And that's exactly what we ended up doing. So I can remember it like it was yesterday. My wife, in her wedding dress, actually walked right down this way. She went down these steps and ran to me. And that's just a joke. She didn't really run, but she was walking kind of fast. I think she was a little nervous, a little excited, but anyway, we got married right in that area at sunrise in July of 2014. So this is definitely a very special spot. And not to get too crazy, but do you know our 1 year wedding anniversary, once we made it 1 year together and we still loved each other, we was like, okay, this is fun, this is cool. We bought each other a little gift, and we came right out here at the 1 year anniversary of our wedding. On our wedding day, the same time of morning, we had gifts, and we went right out there, and when we put our beach chairs down and we sat and exchanged gifts for our 1 year anniversary. Pretty exciting. So that being said, this is spot number one for me. Let's go see another one. All right, friends, we are here at my next destination I want to share with you. We're here at none other than Kure Beach Fishing Pier. And this is a great spot to come watch the ocean, watch some birds, watch people catch fish. I love walking down the pier and just being nosy and see what people's fishing for. It's what you catching. you know, and trust me, they enjoy telling you about it, man, because they're fishermen. Everybody wants to tell the big one that got away. Or they might show you the one, yeah, this one's small, but at least I got it, I kept it, you know. But I'm just kidding, not all fishermen do that, just me. But all in all, man, this is a great spot. Probably 80% of my beach time in the summer is right here in this area. This beach means a lot to me. This is where me and my wife always enjoy coming. If we have like friends and family, this is where we come, and this is where we get in the water and spend all of our beach time at Kure Beach. But every once in a while we go to a few other places, and we're going to go there next. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go see the next favorite spot on the list of cool places to go watch them look at the water. Let's go do it. All right, friends, now I have made my way down here to Fort Fisher, and this is a phenomenal place. Number one, it's got to have some of the coolest trees to look at. You know, I know this ain't water, but just look at these trees. Check them out. That's just years and years of wind blowing against them, coming off the ocean. That just makes them all kind of wave back. It's almost like their hair and somebody just put a bunch of mousse or something on it and just combed them back. I know that's ridiculous, but that's kind of what it reminds me of, all wind blown. But all in all, this is a great place I like to come, and I really enjoy this spot for several reasons. When it comes to just going somewhere with free parking to watch the ocean, it doesn't get much better than Fort Fisher, because you have the gazebo up here that you can go stand in, and it's kind of on a point, and it gives you like at least 180 degrees view. You can look to the left, look out in front, you can look to the right, and the water just kind of wraps around that point. And then right here on this walking path, which is a great place to get a little exercise, you have these benches. Every so often we have some benches there. You can see on down there's another bench all the way up there to the parking area. That's where we're going next. We're going to go check out the parking area, because if it's, say, cold and the weather's not great, say it's in the middle of winter when it's a little chilly, you can sit in your car and maybe share a Big Mac with your loved one and enjoy the ocean just the same. So that's where we're going next. We're going to walk up here to the parking area. It's like a little scenic overlook. We're going to check it out. All right, friends, here we are at the overlook area where all the parking is located here at Fort Fisher. You can park all the way down through there and check the ocean out as much as you want in the comfort of your own vehicle. How cool is that? Look at those waves rolling in. Man, is that not awesome? All those guys out there surfing, having a good time. This is a good spot to go do some people watching right now. If you just sit here and watch these guys surf, man, they are ripping it. Look at him go. That is fantastic, man. I love watching guys surf like that. They can really get up on it and go. So awesome. All right, since we took a quick look at the parking area, now I'm going to take you across the way to another one of my favorite spots. This located right here in Fort Fisher, to go check out some beautiful views of the Cape Fear River. The ocean's beautiful, but the Cape Fear River has some really scenic, beautiful views also. Let's go look at them. All right, I was going to show you another spot here at Fort Fisher. This is a great spot to go just check out the beautiful Cape Fear River behind us, but guess what's going on? Say it ain't so. Looky there, it's a wedding. I'm not going to walk over there and interrupt their wedding just to say, excuse me, I need to show my good viewers one of my favorite places to go view water. No, we ain't going to do that. Let's go find another good spot. We're going to walk in this direction and show you some really beautiful scenic views of the Cape Fear Riverside right down this pathway right here. All right. Now, I found you hiding in the mailbox, didn't I? So let's get you out of there. And I got to show you this area here. And that's right, the mailbox is alive again. Somebody fixed it. It's the first time I've seen that mailbox in that kind of form in probably 6 months. So this right here is another great spot Right up here, you can stand up here on this little knoll and just give you a nice view of Sunny Point right across the way there. And you can just pan downstream towards Southport. And this is beautiful. This is like my favorite place to come watch a sunset, which we're just a few hours from sunset. But yeah, look at that. Look at all the people down there fishing, taking advantage. You can look along the rock wall that extends all the way over to Zeke's Island, which is just beyond them trees across the bay there. Really cool. But this is a very, very happening place for me, just because of the sheer beauty of it. And this is a great place to come take pictures. Believe it or not, this old what is this, like a cedar tree? Look at the root system on that thing. That is crazy. But I don't know how many times I've come down here in the evening, me and my wife, and you'll see people sitting with their kids, or maybe it's a young teenage girl taking her Instagram photos. She'll be sitting right there on that root, or leaning up against it with her arm resting on it. With that is your backdrop. You know, when the sun's down more, where it's not as bright, where it won't, like, you know, backlight you real bad. But as it gets darker, this is a good spot to get you some really beautiful photos. I mean, daytime's okay too. Better lighting. Won't be a hardest shot to get, but this right here makes for a pretty good spot. All right. I think we are pretty much done today, if I do say so myself. I think I've shared quite a few places with you, and I would have liked to shared the other spot at Fort Fisher where the wedding's going on. God. But you know, I can't do nothing about that. It is what it is, okay? So that being said, friends, I'm all done here today. Thank you so much for tuning in with me once again. It's a beautiful day. I wanted to get out and just do a video today for you, hang out a little bit, and just take in some beautiful scenery. And I think we did that. Yeah, we did exactly what we set out to do. Thank you very much for watching. I am the Hitchhiking Yeti, and friends, I will see you in my next adventure. Y'all stay safe, and I hope to see you again very soon. So long. Yeah, and that was a pretty good shoot. I had fun with the video today. But all in all, I still wish I could have got over there to the Cape Fear historic site and showed that. Should we go back and try again? Do you think I could like do a covert operation? Kind of like, I've been watching too many Navy SEAL movies, and I'm totally thinking I could go sneak in like a frogman it. Maybe not. Nah, maybe not. Maybe that's not a good idea. Just be respectful of the people's wedding. That's the right thing to do.